Hello, how's everybody doing? Oh, okay, what's going on my screen? And I don't want to do refresh. What is going on? Okay, what is going on? Does the screen look normal to you guys? Or is it looking crazy like mine is? Okay, I think I have fixed the issue. Is everything looking normal to everybody else now? Sorry it's so late. We've been a little sick around here. Myself and little man diagnosed with the flu. And, well, the porcelain god has been my best friend. And he's laying here, doing sleep in his bed. And I had to wait till he's getting asleep to do the live stream. Um, I'm going to take my cooler full of liquids tomorrow, and I'm going to try to work and hope that I don't have to stop in every bathroom and coming and going. But anyway, I digress. I want to talk about summer, and I want to say hey to everybody that's come in the chat. So let me scroll back and just give shout outs like I normally do. And then we're going to jump into this because there's so much that I want to talk about. Sadie Girls, Mama, Katie Kitty, Susan McMillan, Angela Hoover, Blue Eyes, Scooby Doo, Cherokee Girl. Make sure I get everybody. This keeps hanging up on me. Sorry, y'all. Marshmallow Kisses. I just love that name. And if I didn't shout you out, Widow, how you doing? I'm glad you're in here. I think you'll be interested, Miss Willow. Miss Widow, sorry. Oh, no, apologize. And one of the articles that we're going to talk about. The first thing I've talked about several times. Well, we actually tested positive for the flu, Cherokee Girl. He and I did. So, can it just keep getting better? And of course, that means I can't see Lance. So, I don't want to start talking about it. Anyway, y'all just pray. Just pray that I can get the rest of the stuff I need to where I'm not contagious to him and I can see. Oh, Widow, it's been a rough 3 months. I feel you, darling, on that one. In case you didn't know, Widow, just to catch you up, Mom passed December 19th after a very sudden and brief illness where I also learned that Lacey and I have to get tested by a, and I don't want to say it wrong, I think it's oncologist, a cancer doctor, for a specific type of hereditary blood disorder that to me sounds like sprinkionosis. Thrombotic thrown in there somewhere, but it presents itself later in life after the age of 50. It's when you get most complications. The person can look like their blood is over thick or like a hemophiliac, depending on who the doctor is and how they read the test results. There's one test that's really expensive that you test positive or negative. Bottom line is your red blood cells look round like a ball instead of flat like a CD, which causes them to be really fragile and bust. So when tests are run, you show a white cell, an elevated white cell count, which leads the doctors to think you have some sort of non-specific infection. Then when they get to testing, you have a white platelet count that is hugely abnormal. Like, it's the way I understood it from the oncologist. Mom's was like in the 2 to 300, supposed to be within the 2 to 300,000 range, and hers was topping at 3 million. When they see that with the elevated white cell count, they start talking about bone marrow testing, and to them it presents as a lymphoma, and they have to decide, is it non-Hodgkin's, all that. Long story short, we do know that mother, in I think mama would be the third or fourth generation, not sure which, uh, was the seventh person in her family to test positive for this. Ignore Streamlabs. I don't know what their problem is. Oh, God. Wow, widow. Crazy. Your mom was on a vent um, for 4 days after the brain surgery because she ended up having everything got found because where she had fallen by tripping over the quilt on her bed on the corner, she had to be taken off of blood thinners for a few days. Normally, 3 to 4 days is not a problem. It just gets it out of your system, let your blood, thicken up a little bit, and then you start back on it because it has like a 3 day before it's completely out of your system thing, is the way they explained it to me. Whereas for someone with our disorder, because of the rapid rate in which the red blood cells are destroyed and have to be recreated, you actually have to have frequent blood transfusions, and your iron is low, which is your hemoglobin, of course. Oh, God, so many people, they're coming out now, and YouTube's not allowing us to talk much about this, so you guys are going to have to read in between the lines on certain words I'm going to say. They're coming out now and finding out, depending on which one of those shots you had for that fungal thing, there are a lot of bad side effects coming out of those. And I'm just wondering myself, personally, if all this time I've been told I had the long form, if my issues that seem to always be gastrointestinal and upper respiratory combined, every time there's like him, obviously I know that you can have viral and bacterial, and it can be passed between the two. I mean, I got a 4-year-old in the house. Of course, he's not doing proper hand washing, and he does come and shove stuff in your mouth. That's possible. But long story short, my point is, it's always take some guanifesin, which is like Mucinex, generic, and everything I have sounded. My head feels like it's just packed full of fluid. My chest is like burning, hurting every time. And whether I'm coughing or not coughing, I'm short of breath. I don't have asthma. I got to thinking about it, sat down and talking like to my family. And I had to take an inhaler and have it with me. But a lot of that was due to allergy related stuff that I had. And I still have the allergy stuff that was pre-existing, whatever. But heart problems and strokes and early deaths are now coming out and being reported on, even mainstream media. But they're saying do it with caution. Um, And the YouTubes with the new updates, we're not allowed to talk about anti anything to do with that whole scenario. Whether it's boosters, the original, um, the disease. We're also not allowed to talk about the word that's covered in the Roe v. Wade case. We're not allowed to use that word and talk about that. Or we are booted from the. I don't know why I'm worried about being booted from YPP program. I haven't got a check from YouTube since November because I wasn't able to create as many videos as I normally did. According to them, I averaged 22 a month combined with shorts, video uploads, and live streams. And for the month of November and December, because January we don't get paid till February. For the month of November and December, I averaged 7 per month, which is why I didn't get a paycheck. In 2 months, all this time that they say, and I can turn to the screen and show it to you, but I'll read exactly. Let's see. I'll move it from this. I was going to call, and I still am, going to read y'all a couple of comments that I want to talk about and answer. $78.63 is my estimated unpaid revenue. So, from November 22nd until today, that's what I mean. Welcome, Miss Donna Price. I ain't seen you in here in a while, darling. Of course, a lot of that's because they cut monetization on a whole lot of stuff and then wait 3 days to give you full monetization. The reason that matters is because most of your views are within the first 48 hours or 2 days. And you get paid a limited amount for that. Okay, if that makes any sense. YouTube is not, I mean, hey, who can even get mad at them? I'm sorry, they're in this to make money. Anybody, this is what irks my soul. When people get on here and start talking about other people, I will never tell you guys how to spend your money. I don't care if I don't like a thing you're putting your money towards. I don't care if I don't like another creator. I didn't make your money. It's not my place to tell you how to spend it, neither anybody else's. And I want to say this. Everybody said, you're an adult. Somebody made a comment to me, and I know people are going to get mad at me for addressing this. And I want to say this. My heart goes out to you because you said that you buried your mother like 3 weeks ago. And my heart goes out to you. But for you to say to me that my mom left me a house, there's not that much left on it, sell it and get your money. Would I, could I, should I, were it that simple? Were it that simple, darling? If it was that simple, it would have already been done. Don't think in a heartbeat that I wouldn't have done it. Sold the house and the land, paid the car off, bought me the RV I want, and have some money in the bank. Were it that simple. But sometimes in life, things are not as simple as they at first glance appear. Nope. You think, as much as I researched it forwards and backwards and sideways, that if it were that simple to do that it would have not been done like day 2, that, you know. Oh, while we're commenting on the YouTube streets, Casey from Living Lake Time, y'all go show that young man some love, first of all. He really does work hard. He does good work. And he's been having a hard time out there. He closed his actual brick and mortar store and business. And people have been all over him about it. And then on top of that, I know how he feels when people come out and try to call him a liar and try to discredit him and stuff like he's been going through, and tried to dox him and put his information out there. So, just show that young man some love. Y'all, my computer is locking up in here at the moment. I apologize. This is not somebody trying to do anything. This is great old Spectre. Welcome, Miss Linda Wilson, Sassy Brenda, and Stephanie Sanders. Welcome, and Stephanie, I hope you'll be back. Oh, well, Linda, I'm glad you're in here, Miss Linda. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into some articles. I'm going to mute right quick for a second while I pull this up so I can. If it'll let me. Here we go. Okay, hopefully everybody can hear me now. I know there's nothing on the screen. It should be showing up now. Oh, if I could just kill Streamlabs right now, I would. Let me see. I'm trying to adjust it. Y'all bear with me. You should be able to be seeing this article on your screen at this time. I wish I could. While we're waiting on this to load, I know I see the GoFundMe link in there. Just let everybody know I have raised a total of $40 on the GoFundMe, and we have applied it towards Mama's services. By the way, still addressing the person that wrote the comment, giving me the advice, telling me how that they cremated their parent instead of having a service, must have absolutely never listened to anything that I said. We did cremate my mother. The funeral home that I gave a shout out to in the live stream, because that was part of the bargain, gave us a $1,500 discount. And I did do cremation. The service that we had And I'll say who the person, this is to Lorton Girl. The service that we did at the church because the pastor did it for free. Those that got up and sang did it for free. The church live streamed it from their website that I provided the link for free. Those that think that I am lying about the circumstances, that's why I did a GoFundMe, because you have to provide documentation and proof, and you go to prison if you are lying. Also, I provided the link to my mother's obituary where it stated that in lieu of flowers, the family were asking for contributions to the memorial because of the state of affairs. I didn't write the obituary. They don't put that out unless it's true. I don't own the mortuary. I don't have any pull there with them. That's all whatsoever. They don't care about. I mean, that sounds horrible to say, but they don't care about those things. I mean, like that stuff doesn't matter. Let's see. Okay, I think. I'm trying to figure out how to fix this. Okay. I'm hoping that'll take care of trying to make sure. And I've got everything else fixed. Okay. That should fix that. Now we should be able to go over this. Hopefully. Alright, can everybody, hopefully I shut Streamlabs down. Y'all pray that I did, I tried. We'll say this real quick before we get started. If anybody can and would like help, I think I need $47 and change to be able to get the medicines that I need. So that, well, it's more than that. That's all I need if it was what I got. Little man got his, because luckily he is Medicaid. And I should have fixed it, Cherokee, to where she won't get timed out again. Anyway, if anybody can, it would be greatly appreciated. Now, let's go over this article. I know a lot of you have seen this article on other channels. We talked about that. Came out January the 16th of this year, was updated January 17th. This is of evidence with the report on the remains found. They were found in Carroll County. Now, to me, Carroll County is real important. Some of you guys might not know what Carroll County has of importance to me in Summer's case. And if you don't know, I honestly can't tell you because it's technically doxing someone. But I will tell you, there's some creators that live there. Or very near there. And in my opinion, let me say this, in my opinion, all things that we discuss and are stated in this broadcast are strictly my opinion for entertainment purposes only, unless otherwise stated. Again, today's broadcast, we are specifically going to be giving opinions. I'm going to talk with you guys in the chat. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'm going to show y'all some things that maybe ain't being talked about by others in Summer's case. This article gave me chills when I read it. And until the DNA is done, we honestly can't say that this could not be our little Summer. And I hate to say that. I wanted to prove 1,000,000% in my mind to myself, and I couldn't. A federal website that tracks missing persons has filed a report that says remains found in Carroll County last year were those of an unknown child. The National Missing and Unidentified Person System, NAMUS, NAM, capital U, capital S, an agency that works with the U.S. Department of Justice, published its report on January 11th, confirming that the remains were human. And I do have the trigger warning going down across the bottom because if y'all are like me, this is going to be triggering. I'm sorry, but it is. Especially with some other stuff that popped up after. And while we're talking about this, can I ask a question? Has anybody noticed that since Smiley and I started talking about these David Cohen emails and the allegations and what looks like certain people may be working together to throw distraction, look left so you don't see what's going on the right, in the Summers case, why that and Don getting out of jail and not supposed to be on YouTube, but ain't done nothing but pretty much be on YouTube, why does it seem that certain folks that were real quiet and were seeming like they were no longer supporting Summer's parents now are putting out video after video after video, them and their buddies, and seem to be back in support of the parents? Is it because Don's home and he'll come to their channel and talk and they know they can make $1? Or is there something else at play? Something a little deeper? Why would Don coming home seem to coincide directly with a ramp up of distraction in Summer's case? Just observation and thoughts that I wonder. And I'm waiting. I haven't seen anybody comment with any, thoughts on that. This article and reading it gave me so many Boswell vibes, by the way. I don't know if you all know what I mean by that, but when I read this, you're going to know. If you got them, fire them up, because right now you're going to need them. I got a rollie. Thank God Lacey rolled some, because I ain't had the strength to roll a cigarette. I ain't had the strength to roll out of bed. I'm glad I'm not the only one asking those questions, you guys, because I thought maybe I was going, left and center and on a wild tangent. But sometimes you got to just stop and breathe and lay everything out and look at it logically. Occam's razor, whatever. If I look at Occam's razor, then the most likely thing, given the area and terrain, would be that Summer wandered off. Okay, let's go with that for a minute. Let's go with that thought. So if Summer wandered off, and a bear, a dog, some wild animal, a rabid animal, did something to her, and God forbid that, but guys, we have to entertain and discuss to consider ourselves doing due diligence. If that happened, wild animals don't come back and clean up behind themselves. They don't clean up the scuffle marks. They don't clean up where maybe a shoe or a piece of clothing was, or hair or tooth or whatever. God forbid, I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Blood, whatever. They don't come and clean that up. There would have been evidence of that. And with that evidence being gone, and then we see, let's say that one of the footprints that's alleged is true. Okay? So could somebody have grabbed her and she got out of their arms and got partially down, and that's why there's one footprint, and they grabbed her back up and kept going? But where are their footprints? Where's the footprints or scuff marks or animal footprints anywhere around their footprints? See, you got all these things that don't go together. And we can't really say that those footprints that they found and saw couldn't have been made 2 or 3 days before she went missing. Can't even say they're hers. But I find it, I want y'all to remember the last name of where one of those footprints were found for the next article we're going to look at and talk about. And I think that one and this article together is just like, I mean, is it possible? Let me say this. So a mother and father that's both had problems in the past with CPS. Yes, they would. Scavengers in the sky, absolutely. Now, let me give y'all my opinion, totally my opinion, just based on my thoughts. No facts, just an opinion. Let me paint y'all a little story. So they had been out and about that day, got whatever they got, okay? I know there's allegations of going to a gas station bathroom and not buying nothing and all that. Whatever. Let's just forget about that crap. Let's talk about what we know, what TBI has confirmed, what everybody's confirmed, what we know to be true. So they've been out and about all day. You would think Summer would probably be tired. She fell asleep on the way home. Okay? Now, let me present y'all with a scenario. Never can we find a date on those milk jugs. Y'all remember, I told y'all about the milkman and about the meth kit. Could that picture have been produced for a different reason and going to be posted to Facebook or somewhere else so someone can see that the pickup had occurred? Then, when the call is made that Summer's missing, it's said that the mama went for a run, a walk, whatever. No, we know Candace ain't run nowhere. But Candace went on a run. What terminology would fit that? She had to go make a run. She had to go on a drug run. That would make sense. That would make sense for the missing time period. That would make sense why certain things come across as not being fully honest and not telling everything. So grandma's supposed to be watching the kids, but she lays down in her trailer to take a nap. And Candace is gone on the run. Summer slips out and is playing. And one of the multiple opportunists comes through and gets Summer. Maybe she dances right into their backyard, literally. Do the parents have an idea of who it would be? Have they probably heard whispers and rumors? If they ain't, somebody's not telling the truth. Ain't no small town like that if that person told one fucking person. It's whispered all over that town. You can't tell me it's not. I live in a town just like that, where it's a 15 to 20-minute drive to the nearest grocery store or Walmart type store. We have nothing but the convenience store up here that don't even sell gas. That's right at a mile from my house each way. That's it. Yes, it is Cherokee. It's used a lot in Tennessee. It was used to me during various interviews that I had. That's where it kind of jingle jangled, Just things that I have been thinking about. Every time that it comes to answering, do you have any idea? Do you know who would have wanted to do this? That's the part that both parents come up looking janky to me. Call me cray cray. But anyway, let's get back to this article. Confirming the remains are human. Okay. The report has sparked more questions than answers for state and local investigators who said they did not provide information for the NamUs report. The Gazette contacted NamUs on Monday, but had not received a reply by press time. According to the report published at namus.gov and shared by the private Virginia Missing Group on social media, the partial skeletal remains of an unidentified person were discovered in Carroll County on September 6th of 2022. Now, in reading this part, also, I'm reminded of an argument between Dave Rader and Don, and a lot of y'all were arguing about it. Dave Rader did not say that they discovered a grave. I went back and looked. And I want to clarify it's something that happened in my last live stream. What he said was they did not like to disclose the areas that they were going to be searching or areas that had been cleared because in past cases, that motivated the perpetrator of the crime to move what they were looking for, be it items or a person, from the area where it currently was to an area that had been searched and cleared. Okay. That's what he said. He did not say that in any portion, place, or whereabouts that they had located what looked to be a grave. That was stated by somebody in the last live stream I did. There was a lot of comments about it. There's somebody saying they live next to Twyla and was going to get back to me, and I haven't heard back from them yet. Okay. Investigators with Carroll County Sheriff's Office reported at the time of discovery that emergency responders received a call from a citizen believing that they had found human remains in the Iron Ridge area of the county. Let's see if we can pull us up a map. Try. Let's see if we can find out where is Iron Ridge. Virginia. And I think how to word it. In regards to Tennessee. Oh, wow. Y'all remember? Oh, wow. That's a, oh, wow. Y'all remember that mountain walkway? Ooh. Y'all, I don't know if I showed it to you, but Iron Ridge is part of the Iron Mountains in Virginia. There's this walk thing, like a walk through nature park, and it's in Galax. Oh, guess what? There is in the area mines, literally. Great Outburst Mine, Iron Mine. Let me word this different. How far is Iron Ridge, Virginia from Tennessee? Let's see how that works. Oh, wow. The okay, I can't switch screens that quick, y'all. The Iron Mountains are a chain of peaks that extends from the community of Whiteville, Virginia, in the north all the way to the outskirts of Johnson City, Tennessee, to the south, located around the border area of Virginia and Tennessee and North Carolina in the southeastern United States. So literally, it's on the border of Virginia and Tennessee. Like you go to Bluntville and go that way. Wow. Less than 48 minutes. Let's see. Iron Ridge, Virginia. Virginia to Rogersville, Tennessee. Hmm. I'm just looking at something. No, it changed what I said. We go. Galax. Oh, y'all. Depending on where, in Galax. Rogersville's right on that mountain line. And it's less than a 2 hour. Holy, that's crazy. Less than the missing window. What did Ronnie Lawson say about a 4 hour window, you guys? Is it just me that remembers him saying a 4 hour window? Hey Kia, how are you? Wish this would stop. Yeah, definitely I agree, y'all. Somebody knows something. That's crazy. So somewhere around 1 hour 45 minutes and 2 hours 15 minutes, depending on what area exactly of Iron Ridge. It's how far from Rogersville downtown. But it's actually, I didn't get. That's all I could find. If somebody could find me where he said it, I would love to have that. Um, I'd have to search more to get specific, but it's shorter distance to Beach Creek than it is to downtown Rogersville. That would cut another like 20 minutes out. So you're looking at like an hour and 25 minutes to an hour and 40 minutes, somewhere in that range, drive each way. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, it's just too much. Okay, the Iron Ridge area of the county. The neighbor's report says that skeletal remains of a young child were found in a trash can in a wooded area of the county. Now, just so y'all know, what I was looking at, there is an area that has it's like a walk, a nature walk trail that you can walk up. And it, of course, has trash cans and benches and stuff like that. I actually watched a video in some of the research that I was doing for this case, um, probably 6, 8 months back, where this family was hiking that nature trail. And that's kind of why I'm flipping out right now, because they the sorry y'all, I gotta breathe for a second. The way that I got to watching this family's uh thing on that trail that they were walking is Summer's case. Uh Yeah, we were just talking about it, Kia, before I got into this. Uh, what's up, little Dev? Welcome. So, what was interesting was his family that was doing this nature hike there in the Iron Ridge area of this mountain is a family that had done a tour of Rogersville that they went through on the way to Iron Ridge. That's how I remember that scenic walk area. It just kind of, I was taken aback by it, to be honest. Um, let's finish reading this before I break down. Okay. Sheriff Kevin Kemp said the evidence was sent to the office of the state medical examiner in Roanoke for analysis, and police had released no further information since last September. The NamUs report cites findings from the chief medical examiner's office for the Western District of Virginia. It classifies the condition of the remains as not recognizable, but several physical descriptions were noted. This is where everybody needs to really pay extra close attention to what's about to be said. Because this is the part where it gets crazy. Medical examiners estimated the skeletal remains to be that of a pre-adolescent of undetermined gender or ethnicity, estimated to have been 4 to 7 years old. So, got you, dummies. Thank you for clarifying, because that's what I asked, if someone could clarify that for me. And did that come for him and where? So thank you, dummies. Got you. It was the lady that called and said that she was a former employee that was told to tell the YouTubers if they wanted to help to ask Candace about that 4 hour window. Right around the time that he said they had lawyered up, which now others are coming out to say that's not true, that they haven't lawyered up, that they had lawyers prior to that statement and since, and it's the same attorneys that were appointed for the child custody case, allegedly. Okay, so the medical examiners estimated that the remains are a pre-adolescent of undetermined gender or ethnicity and estimated to be 4 to 7 years old. So they don't know if it's a male or female. They don't know what ethnic or race group they belong to. All they know is, at this point in the article, 4 to 7 years old. Okay? Okay. The report notes that the post-mortem interval or time elapsed since death was estimated to be 5 years. So 2022 would be 2017, estimated. Now, what variables go into that? I don't know. I don't know how they came up. Maybe they'll tell us in the article. Evidence collected from the scene also included remnants of 1 to 2 inch strands of straight hair of indeterminate color. Yes, Tig, I'm reading that now. That's why it's important for us to read the entire article and not to just pick out bits and pieces. We need to go through the entire article and read it completely. Whether it's summer or not, isn't it somebody's missing child in that area that's about the same age, same hair length as summer? So even if it's not summer, if we find another child that's about the same age and same description as summer going missing before, and then summer, and then there's more since, and there's others before, we establish a pattern which may help us or the police. Hopefully law enforcement's already aware and already thinking this way about establishing a pattern of behavior. It would possibly be helpful in Summer's case, in my opinion, to find out who this missing child is and where they came from and how they got where their remains were found. Okay, on to the rest of this. 1 to 2 inch strands of straight hair, indeterminate color. So they're not able to tell what color it was. According to the report, as well as a gray-blue sleeping bag, a white blanket with pink flowers, and Winnie the Pooh fragment of orange-pink cloth located near the body. The online report also includes a photo of the blanket and sleeping bag. And I showed that near the beginning. The photo of the sleeping bag. Neither police nor NamUs speculated about who the remains could belong to. Virginia Missing noted in a comment under their post about the report that the child would likely have died around 2017 if the PMI is accurate. If the PMI is accurate. They don't tell us what could affect it. Could being out in the wild, in the weather, affect dating? Well, that's what PMI is. They're dating. TIG, if you wait, you'll find out what's going on currently because the article was just updated 3 days ago, 4 days ago. And thank you, dummies. Shh. I'm getting to that point. The article covers that. Thank you. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so to the next part. If the PMI is accurate, once they finish doing the testing they're currently doing, they'll have a more accurate picture. My question is, why did it take so long? Why? Oh, anyway, as of press time, Monday afternoon, investigators with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office confirmed that additional DNA results regarding the case are still pending. Investigators are asking that anyone with information concerning this case to contact the Carroll County Sheriff's Office at 276-236-5119. Anybody that knows anything about these remains, please. According to its website, NamUs is a nationwide investigative support database administered through the National Institute of Justice, which seeks to provide forensic services for law enforcement, medical examiners, and other investigative agencies, including the FBI. Thank you, Cherokee. Would be kind, wouldn't it? Otherwise, I'd be tuned into somebody else's broadcast. The organization reports that over 600,000 individuals go missing in the United States every year, and that tens of thousands of individuals remain missing for more than 1 year, what many agencies consider cold cases. It is estimated that 4,400 unidentified bodies are recovered each year, with approximately 1,000 of those remaining unidentified after 1 year. Now, if you guys think this doesn't happen, wasn't it just recently, what was it, I don't want to say it wrong, the boy in the box that they just recently were able to give a name to after all these years, the major press conference, they finally had a breakthrough and found out who he really was. So when I say never give up on summer, that's what I mean. Never give up. There's new technologies every single day. There are new things to be employed. We just need to together collectively keep Summer's case and name alive so that those are implemented. And how do we know they're even being implemented? I still feel that there are people that are involved indirectly that never thought 19, 20 months later that we would still find summer as relevant, which is why that's what I'm saying. Exactly, TLG or TIG. That's exactly where I'm coming from. Diddy? Because it doesn't seem like they're too eager to get answers, you know? And how would they have Summer's DNA at this point? She went poof. And by the way, the PMI, what if it's off by a year? And what if Summer went missing before she was ever reported, as some people's theorize? Yes, they have said that they have confirmation that she was spotted on that day. Who? By the girl at the drive-thru in Sonic? She knew her so well, right? Who saw her other than the proven liars surrounding this case that can 100% say that was Summer? The Walgreens at the drive-thru? Maybe the nurse or the receptionist at the hospital. Did they all know who Summer was and know her by name? Now, I'm not saying they did. Could have been Robin, her Sunday school teacher, could work as a receptionist at the hospital, okay? Not saying she does. I'm just saying it's possible that someone that knew them or knew the family well worked at one of those places and saw her and identified her. But it's just as possible that random folks that had never seen her a day before or since are who saw her that day. And how do we know that the little girl that looks like her, that went to her church, or the youngest brother weren't dressed to look like her and be seen that day? They are an amazing person. I'm not discrediting them at all. At all. What I'm saying is, I'm talking about reports from Hawkins County and TBI specifically, saying that Summer was identified that day. That's the only thing that stops it from saying, did someone go missing before then? And it got down to the wire because DSS at school was coming. You need them shot records. You need that physical. You got the social workers keeps knocking and won't stop. We're going to have to tell somebody something. How do we know? I saw pictures of the youngest dressed like a female at the fair, wearing the same clothes that Summer and his mother wore. So I'm just saying, we have to. I feel when you got law enforcement saying that everything is still on the table, that just means exactly that, you guys. Everything is still on the table. I do know, in my personal opinion, I don't believe somebody that's just a random sightseer was driving down freaking Beach Creek and up Ben Hill and snuck to the basement door and got Summer. I don't believe that for an instant. I don't believe that it was a random animal attack. There would be some evidence. There would be forensic evidence. Animals don't come back and clean up their mess. That's why a bear shits in the woods. They don't come clean it up. Now, could they not be properly monitored? You know, Candace went on a run, Grandma's asleep, the boys are in charge, they're into the game, not paying attention. There is an open discussion, dummy, but I don't think the open discussion means that you tell the rest of the article before the host finishes it. That means you discuss the article, but how can we discuss it before it's finished? But anyway, what I was saying is, law enforcement said nothing's off of the table. Uh, I know for a fact that law enforcement did come and get camera footage from two places that were claimed to have been there. I know Sonic and Hippie House both were approached by law enforcement about camera footage. Allegedly, according to two workers at each of the places that I spoke to. And I agree, Dumby, you and I might not agree on nothing else, but we're in agreement on what you just put. Someone does know something, and I wish they would come forward. Somebody knows something. I went over this before, and y'all can think what you want. I live in a small town. We know when somebody gets a DUI. We know when somebody has a drug problem. We know when somebody takes a shit in the woods or is growing something in the woods. We know all that. The phone lines light up. Everybody be talking about it. Everybody in Beach Creek knows when somebody different drives through there. Everybody on Ben Hill knows when a car they ain't seen before pulls up that damn road. Y'all can't tell me they don't. Go drive your car up right now at daylight. Don't do it at dark. Go drive up there in the daytime at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 3 in the afternoons. And see if they don't notice your car on some real shit. You can't tell me they don't. A car that don't go down my road normally goes down. We know it. And it may sound stupid to some people, and they may not be able to get it. If I had always lived in a big city like Charlotte or Raleigh or Winston-Salem or Gastonia or New York or even Dallas, Texas, I might not get it. I might not get it. You know, even Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, I might not get it. But if you live in Podunk, USA, you get it. If you live in a rural area that it's 20 or 30 minutes to get to the grocery store or the Dollar General or somewhere like that, then you understand. If a vehicle or a person shows up, let somebody show up. You damn right, kid. She knows. You let somebody show up at the Dollar General, the little corner gas. Guarantee you, come up here to this corner gas station above my house. Come up here to this corner gas station above my house, and you ask my name. I guarantee you, your motherfucking ass ain't getting out of the parking lot before my phone rings from a text or a phone call. And that doesn't mean that it has to be the one. No, anybody in there working, from the owner's mama that's 80 years old that I've known since I was 12, to her daughter, to her granddaughter, to the 4 people that work there. You ask about my grandson, and they gonna know who he is. Get that bullshit out of my out. That's what irks me. Y'all want to know what my problem is with Jody Sue? I'm gonna tell you tonight. I'm gonna tell you tonight. My problem with Jody Sue is I feel like there's no fucking way her or anybody else on that God blessed hill don't know more than what they've been telling. And the same for the area of Beach Creek in about a 2-mile radius. I call bullshit. Y'all think y'all smart and you think you slick and you're not. I don't got a problem with how slow Jody Sue was to tell about Andy selling drugs to us, as long as she immediately told the police authorities. Real shit. Otherwise, I don't give a fuck. She can do a YouTube channel and talk about summer and anything else she wants to. Stop drawing it the fuck out. That's why you're getting drugged. I get drugged because I tell my real life. Okay, what the fuck ever. I'm a big girl. I put my big girl drawers on. I'm ready for you, okay? Dumb me. So where's the timeline that they provided? Because TBI themselves says still to today they have an incomplete timeline for that day. So, in my opinion, we don't have a timeline endorsed by law enforcement. That's the problem. Thank you so much, Kia. We love you here too, darling. Everybody is welcome, and everybody with their opinions is welcome. But I can pull up TBI's stats on summer once again, as I've done before. And they said, first of all, they said the first day when they sent the parents home to come up with a more detailed and specific timeline because there was gaps. That's one. Two, they do not have a definitive timeline. It's why they have not released one to the public at this time. Their words, not mine. Real shit. Now, I know everybody's discussed and heard about that article, but I got another one that I hadn't seen being discussed. By the way, real quick, I want to share a picture, and I apologize for not being I can't get it no bigger. But y'all know I keep telling y'all about the vehicle that followed me from Fort Henry Walmart to Elizabethtown, Tennessee. Well, here's a picture that somebody sent me where one pulled in their front yard in Hawkins County. And it's the same damn car. I hadn't either, Kia. So let's just look at it. I'm not going to tell who's seen it. I'm not getting into those details. No point in nobody even asking. But I do want y'all to see the picture. should be showing up soon. Actually, at first, I'm going to pull it up, Gumby. At first, it said 7 p.m. down near the road. Then it said outside the house at 6 p.m. by family members. That part. So, if you're going to quote and try to correct, get it right. That's all I'm going to say. I'll pull it up right now, and we'll read it together. And again, though, what I was told by my sources, and one of them was the girl that the police interviewed at Sonic, the car hop that comes out and brings your food at that Sonic that I went and ate at while I was there. And another one was one person that worked at Hippie House that was interviewed. That was the youngest in my interviews that I talked to. And they both told me the same thing, that the police took video from surveillance cameras and that they were shown a picture and said, yes, they did see a little girl in the car that looked similar. Hunter and Allie are saying they saw her. But again, they're also persons of interest in the case and could possibly have ulterior motives. So in my opinion, and what I understand of law enforcement, they cannot count those as reliable witness accounts. Can y'all see the picture on the screen? That's as big as I can get it. I do apologize. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. Trying to take me a goody powder right quick because my head's hurting so bad. That's the vehicle. I swear it's the exact vehicle that followed me all the way to Elizabethton, Tennessee. Got you. And done me and you, it may be somewhere in between what you're saying and what I'm saying. So I think the best thing I can do is just pull it up because the TBI has a timeline. And I think it would be great to review that and go over it and have that factual information right there as a visual, you know? Call me crazy, but I think that might be worthwhile. And so I'm going to pull that up when we look while we got this next article on the screen if that interests everybody. So we can just look once again and do a refresher on TBI's information on Summers' case and what they have available as a timeline and who saw what, when, and where, and why. You know, that kind of thing. And it won't be just from our memories or my stupid notes. It'll be from a direct and reliable source. I think that sounds appropriate. But I wanted y'all to see, like I say, I apologize that it's no larger, but that's the vehicle that I was speaking of that followed me. Now we're going to look at this other article, and while we're looking at it, I'm going to pull up the TBI timeline. I also have an article from WJHL. I just got to get ready. Holy shit. Hold on. I just changed. Hold on. I didn't read who this was. Oh, Lord. This article was sent to my email. Gumby, if you'll wait just a minute, they did. You would think they wouldn't, but I'm going to show you. Tig, the 911 call has never been released. All that was released is the dispatcher's radio call to people in the field. There has not been a 911 call actually released. Kia, it has been stated by both parents that Candace was unable to take the polygraph the first time because she was so emotionally distraught. Y'all, just hold on just a minute anyway. I'm freaking out. I got to show y'all what I just found. I didn't look at it thoroughly, and I feel crazy. Just hold on. Oh, my Lord. This is an older news article that was sent to me. And y'all, it was last updated November 3rd of 2017. Okay, why is it not on the screen? What's up, innocent? Okay. I'm about to have a moment when I read this. And I don't think it's the same one, but it's just too coincidental. I mean, just too coincidental to where I'm about to have a serious moment. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that, innocent. We got the flu here. Today was my third day. My insides feel like they're on fire. I feel your pain, for real, for real. Raw. Inside out. That's all I'm going to say from both ends. But this right here, oh my God, twice in a month. Bless your heart. For real, prayers going out. Yes, she did allegedly pass with which WJHL video outdoorsy life. I've seen pretty much all of them, I think. Kingsport man faces extortion, drug charges after state and local agencies investigate fentanyl overdoses. Johnson City, Tennessee. Again, this is 2017. A Sullivan County grand jury returned indictments for several charges against a Kingsport man related to an investigation of a series of fentanyl overdoses. What's interesting also about this article is who sent it to me. This article was sent to me by a local that said I might want to see this. In a news release, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said special agents with its Drug Investigation Division, Kingsport Police, and the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office began investigating the overdoses back in July. The TBI says over the course of the investigation, detectives identified Timothy A. Mullins, 52, as a suspect in the distribution of fentanyl. And I believe that's a different different middle name. I may be incorrect. Okay. According to the TBI, when investigators confronted Mullins, He filed a report with a TBI supervisor accusing the investigating agents of committing criminal and unethical acts. The TBI said he also threatened to publicly report it unless investigators returned evidence they had collected. TBI agents said upon further investigations, Mullins' allegations were false, and investigators determined he was trying to protect himself and his co-conspirators by means of extortion. Mullins is charged with one count of criminal conspiracy to possess fentanyl with the intent to sell or deliver, one count of sale of fentanyl in a drug-free zone, one count of delivery of fentanyl in a drug-free zone, one count of extortion, and one count of filing a false report. A Sullivan County grand jury returned indictments on the charges. Officers arrested Mullins Friday and booked him into Sullivan County Jail with bond set at $15,000. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't look like the same person in the picture, and the A is a different middle name. So I don't believe this is the same Tim Mullins. Okay. Let's go to the next article that I know is the same person. And then I'll pull up the TBI thing while we're looking at this. By the way, anybody that can help, I'm trying to come up with right at $47 to get the rest of my flu meds. Drag me, tear me down, but I can't defend myself if I'm laid out on the floor. Okay, this is about Donald Britt. Y'all may remember this name previously in Summer's case. Katie Arnold. Y'all remember that name? Anybody remember the Katie Arnold and Donald Britt names? It's within so many feet, hundreds of feet of a school, church, and I think also certain types of offices. Y'all give me 8s in the chat if you've heard the name Katie Arnold before this article in Summer's case. Bingo. And give me a 7 in the chat if you've heard the Brit name in Summer's case before. Yep, I'm with Outdoorsy 7 and 8. All right, guys. So it says Donald Britt, 32, has been charged with the murder of 36-year-old Katie Arnold following a shooting on Deck Lane in Blountville Wednesday night. Cassidy said the two knew each other. Britt was spotted in Jonesboro on Thursday, according to the TBI. Okay, so there's several to talk about. I'm trying to think how. See, there's second victim. There's more than her, if y'all didn't know. Yep, Innocent, I agree with you. And I think they all know each other. God, you can. Yes, Innocent. I know exactly who you're talking about. We on the same page. Okay, there's a second victim. But, okay, we'll start here and read all four. There's 4 different articles. I did too, Innocent. Look, they Donald Dritt. I'm trying my best to get this to work with me, and it's really not. Oh. All these ads all over this page. Okay. We're going to share it a different way because it opens a new window. Y'all just bear with me a second. I'm just going to share my entire screen right quick. Okay. Should pop up on your screen. Oh. It's, okay. Hey, Annabella. Okay. Even though they said Donald Dritt, it's Donald Britt. We all know that. This article, they just missed it. This is January 20th of 2023. Gotta be quiet a minute. Little man's on the move. He's sleepwalking. He's sitting up gritting his teeth. The car, I think, done be. If she's talking about the same one as me, she's talking about the car that sped off as soon as Fred's name came out. Katie Arnold's cause of death linked to shooting in Bluntville on Wednesday night. Katie Arnold, a 36-year-old resident of Deck Lane in Bluntville, Tennessee, and an employee at KPS Global LLC, passed away tragically Wednesday, January the 18th, 2023. Lay down, baby. Okay, sorry, y'all. She was identified by the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office as the woman who died in a deadly shooting in Bluntville on Wednesday night. She was announced dead on a fundraising page created by her 16-year-old daughter. Katie Arnold's cause of death. A shooting occurred on Deck Lane in Bluntville on Wednesday night, and the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office was called to the scene. Right away, police were called, and Donald Harry Britt was named as a suspect in the investigation. The victim was identified as Katie Arnold. According to reports from the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, an urgent search for Britt to facilitate his capture was initiated. The red Dodge Challenger that was thought to be driven by Britt was found and brought back. Hey, I'm a ginger. Yep, I've noticed that done, except for Ziggy ain't that wild. Anyway, investigators from Sullivan County wasted little time in obtaining a warrant for Donald Britt's arrest and pressing charges against him for the first-degree murder. In addition to that, he had a warrant out for his arrest for violation of probation. In addition, he was charged with domestic abuse on 2 separate occasions in 2017, as well as again in 2020. Okay, let's go back to the next article. Just waiting on it to be in. Okay. Update. First degree murder suspect in hospital after crash. Second victim found. A man who was wanted for first degree murder is hospitalized after crashing into a TBI agent's vehicle, of course, during a police pursuit. Oh God, it says there's 21 pictures, y'all. Oh, look. Here's what the crash looks like. During a police pursuit. And a second victim was found Thursday morning, authorities said. Let's go through the pictures real quick to see what we can see. All right, Shake Smith. Yeah, it is funny, ain't it? I noticed that when Evil entered. I'm glad, and you know how close to the border the area those remains are found in are to the Tennessee line, right? I believe I've been to that auto zone when I was there. Oh, okay. Ugh, that truck is rough looking. Ugh. Mm. Weird how there's like 5 counties all around that area that somebody that has a last name plays a part. And if y'all think we haven't been redirected and misdirected by people with the last names of Crawford and Barrett and Mullins and Brown and Hill, and do I need to keep going? Because let me say this. Anybody that's playing a part in the distraction and misdirection in Summers County they're not doing it for Summer. They're not doing it for Dawn and Candace. They're doing it for their own nefarious reasons because it benefits them. Please believe that 1,000,000%. If you don't believe a damn thing that comes out my mouth, you best believe what I'm telling you. The people that are misdirected, the people that are causing confusion and misdirection in Summer's case are doing it for an ulterior motive that benefits them and only them. I thought it might show them arresting him and getting him out or something. All the way back to his mind. Okay. It is. It's all redirection. That's right. They're covering themselves and their boyfriends, their husbands, their children, their mamas, their sisters, their first cousin, their nieces, their nephews. I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. Dawn and Candace are outsiders to them. They're not doing this for them. They're doing this because whatever the hell was going on, to tell the truth about everything, can make criminal charges be out there for people, in my opinion. I know exactly who you're talking about, Innocent. He's the one that was in the passenger seat or the driver's seat. That's all you need to say. If you're talking about the bottom of the road, where he called him and got the little mini interview. I don't think he gave his name. I know he skedaddled the hell out when Fred's name came up. Y'all, I might have to say goodbye. We got the flu and little man is now active. Get up here. Where are you going? You want some drink? Okay. I agree. What you want, baby? You want some juice? Okay. Hold on a minute. No, Bays is who was the one that was walking with him, and his name ain't Bays. He's a light. He just said he was the Bays. Y'all give me just a second. Give me a second. I'm going to mute so they don't hear me pouring you juice and stuff for a baby, okay? Mimi got you. Just hold on. You're hitting my arm. You're talking about the neighbor at the bottom of the hill. That's who you're talking about, Innocent. That's the neighbor at the bottom of the hill. Carol or something like that. I can't. Oh my Lord. He's the very last one that came forward. I'm sorry. I'll give you just a minute. I'm trying to get little man something to drink. Oh, I have went back, Cherokee, and read the articles of what's been going on in that county since like 2012. I don't know why everything started around 2012, but around 2012, it went cray-cray. Which juice do you want, baby? Blue juice? One of these? Want one of these? Okay. Let's go over here and sit down and get your covers. Oh, you just make me feel like she's going to blow chunks. She's not talking about the woods guy, Cherokee. Yep, when evil entered and his wife divorced him. Yep. 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 Here you go. Come here. Your drink's over here, baby. Come here. It's over here. Why don't you just go right normal on the couch? Why you got to do that? Climb over the arms and stuff. You just got to show you do those. Here. Here's your drink. Here's you in. Thank you. Give me any kisses. I love you. Probably how I always end up with whatever you got. Yes, there. And now, y'all remember, I cannot find it, but Jody Sue made a sip, and I believe it's when she was still on Facebook, and I think the video's been deleted. But she said something when she was all mad at Chase. It was around the time with the Chip Chase and the billboard thing. And she said something about she couldn't believe that he was back up there after what he did 7 years ago. Nope, the Woods guy is not a Dykes. He is related to the Lights. I promise y'all. He lives on Light Hollow Road. His mama married somebody else. Sure did, said he seen her coming out the woods. Remember the road that I took y'all down in the video we looked at where the cameras were at the bottom of that road? And it's like 2 roads up from the house. I did in the previous video. Sure did go up on theft charges very similar to what Mr. Bradley LaShawn had. The one that Jody Sue said she couldn't believe was back up on that hill after what he did 7 years ago. Nobody's ever answered me. What did Brad LaShawn do up on Ben Hill in the Beach Creek area 7 years, now 8, almost 9 years ago? That would make Don and Candace not want shit to do with him. That would make Jody Sue say she can't believe that he was back up there again. I agree when evil entered. I think the police know a hell of a lot more than they told us. There's too many connections. Too many provable, verifiable connections to the dark web, to the underworld, if y'all want me to be real. And people don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear the reality. And I really think that she was on purpose got gone. In my real heart-to-heart opinions. My first thought would have been that she wandered off into the woods and was tucked away somewhere where the people looking for her didn't see her. That was my first thought. But the more I look into this, the more that I see that there's unorganized, organized crime. Does that make sense? And a lot of players that have no care what age, gender, or anything else you are. There's too much money and power and drugs involved to care. Now let's read the article. Sorry, I got off on a little stump. A first-degree murder warrant was issued Thursday for Donald Harry Britt, 32, in connection with the fatal shooting of Katie Arnold, 36, of Bluntville Wednesday night. Okay, gonna go back to the next one. It's not what I meant to click. Sorry, y'all. Y'all just see my stupid thing. I know, I'm sorry. At least he doesn't have school tomorrow. No, you're not hearing the nebulizer yet, but you will. Very soon. I'm going to have to get off of here.
He flushes cold.
The bearded guy is not Overby. Overby is the father-in-law to the guy that was walking through the woods with, what's his name that's a light? He just don't use the light last name. See, I thought that too about the not watch, but I wonder, did she wander off and somebody get her that had an axe to grind with the parents and saw an opportunity? I know who she's talking about, and I'm not seeing the name. Daryl A. Evil Inner. Daryl Coggins Jr. Is that who? Innocent. I think that's the name you're looking for. That's the neighbor. Trying to pull this article up, you guys. Sorry. It is hard to keep everyone straight. That's why I have to write it down. If I don't write it down and keep notes, I'm as a lost critter can be. Y'all see how long it's taking to load something. I don't know what's going on because we don't have that many devices powered up and going right now. Everything's turned off. I was double checking. It's still loading. I'm so sorry. Let me refresh. Same Cherokee. I bet you I got about, I know I got at least 5, if not 7. I don't know why it's not wanting to load this. Says the second victim of murder suspect Donald Brent was identified Friday by police. An update from Sullivan County Sheriff Cassidy says the victim of the homicide on Stevenson Hill Road in Bluntville was identified as Barry Countess, 56. Donald Brent was taken into custody Thursday after he reportedly killed Katie Arnold, 36, then Countess, Wednesday night. Investigators say many details on the homicides remain unclear. Donald Britt has one charge of first-degree murder, and additional findings will be sent to a grand jury for more charges to be filed. Still not finding the article I wanted. See if this one will pop up, maybe. A second person has been found dead after a man was charged with Brent for the murder of Katie Arnold. They chased him, they wrecked him in Johnson City. Oh. It not be this one. Let me see what this one is. Yeah, I did too when Evil entered. After his name and the crystal lady came out. Oh, hold up. Now I gotta mute that. Hold on 1 second. Again, anybody that can help it would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I guess me and him's gonna keep passing this back and forth. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all listen to this article, and I'm gonna mute me so I can get him settled.
Update: Britt now in custody. Murder suspect Donald Britt was arrested shortly after noon Thursday in Johnson City. Update: Sullivan County authorities now say Donald Britt is wanted on a charge of first-degree murder following events Wednesday. Britt was initially listed as a person of interest late Wednesday. Investigators have obtained an arrest warrant charging Donald. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Leftovers. Or the DMV.
Number 97.
Or house cleaning. Or
Chumba Casino always brings the fun. Play over 100 different games online for free from anywhere. You could redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. Live the Chumba life. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Britt with first-degree murder. There is also a warrant charging Britt with violation of probation. The search for Britt is continuing. It is now believed that Britt is driving a beige 2007 Nissan Xterra SUV. The last known vehicle registration plate was TN618NP0. The vehicle is described as having a 3-inch lift kit and larger wheels, according to a written statement. Anyone knowing the location of Donald.
Did that lift kit come from Brad Washawn, one of them lift kits that he's in trouble for stealing and reselling, allegedly?
Britt is asked to call 911 immediately. Any non-emergency information can be relayed by calling the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office at 423-279-7330. The charges stem from an incident Wednesday when the Sullivan County victim. The person of interest is identified as Donald Harry Britt, age 32. Donald Britt is 6 feet tall and weighs 190 pounds. He has red hair and blue eyes. He is believed to be wearing shorts, a gray hoodie, and no shoes. Donald Britt could possibly be in a red Chevrolet Camaro or a red Dodge Challenger. Britt is considered armed and should not be approached. Should anyone know Britt's location, they are asked to call 911. Non-emergency information regarding Britt can be communicated to the SCSO by calling 423-279-7330.
Next article.
Lebanon, Virginia, Russell County this week recognized the efforts of a sheriff's deputy and emergency dispatcher to save the life of a Honaker woman. On Jan 16, dispatcher Nicola Phillips received a call regarding a 33-year-old woman who was unresponsive and began talking an adult at the scene how to provide CPR. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
In a few minutes, Deputy Diane White arrived and took over performing CPR, according to a statement from Sheriff Steve Dye's office. Shortly after beginning CPR, respiratory, heart functions and pulse were re-established. Members of the New Garden Rescue Squad then continued additional emergency first aid. The patient was stabilized and transported to the Russell County Hospital.
Next article.
Bristol Herald-Courier, Russell County, Virginia. Virginia State Police are investigating a Tuesday morning crash that involved a school bus carrying school children. Police responded to a two-vehicle crash at 7:51 a.m. on Route 58 at Hawkins Mill Road. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Sorry, I'm talking and y'all can't hear me. Now, this is the picture of Donald Brent, current mugshot. And y'all see the old mugshot from a few years back. And if you could see the one where they have him in handcuffs that I've seen, that is how I know this is a current mugshot. And I can't find that article, and it's really starting to irk me. But this is from Bluntville about the second person identified as Barry Countess 56 of Bluntville. Well, we know that's not Barry here on the screen. But wasn't there a Barry associated with the Brit and the Crystal and Katie early on in this case? Let's see, I think this is the one. So they keep on us this picture, but that's not what he looks like right now. Ooh, in it. Here we go. Here is a picture from his Facebook. You see how close that looks to the mugshot I just showed y'all. Look at the change. This is what they put out, the picture for the public to be on the lookout for. It's this picture right here on the screen currently. Now you go back and look at that fast mugshot of his. Tell me where's the other half of him at? You see that picture? Then let's go back up to the top. And there's the old picture. What happened? I can't find the article. There's another article that talks about the arrest and actually shows pictures from the arrest. Alright, guys, I'm not feeling real good. And I'm going to have to get real mad stressed. So I'm going to sign off for tonight. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom. I'm not sure which way. So I'm going to have to say peace and love and light. I'll pray that I figure out a way to get my medicine. And I'll hopefully see y'all later. And prayers are always appreciated and welcome. Thank y'all all. If anybody can help, be greatly appreciated. I'm going to give him a breathing treatment, and I'm going to go to the bathroom. Peace, love, and light. Yes, you do need your breathing treatment.